What if everything you've been told about heart disease was only half the story? We've heard it 1,000 times, that butter, eggs, red meat, and cheese are the villains behind clogged arteries and heart attacks. The message is loud and clear. Saturated fat and dietary cholesterol are dangerous, and we must avoid them at all costs. But here's the twist no one talks about. What if those foods weren't actually the problem? What if we've been chasing the wrong culprit this whole time? You see, for decades, we've been trapped in a narrow way of thinking, focused only on fat and cholesterol. But modern research has peeled back the curtain and revealed a different truth, a far more powerful force behind heart disease, one that has nothing to do with fat and everything to do with inflammation. Inflammation is the real enemy here. It's what silently damages our blood vessels, corrupts our LDL cholesterol, and triggers a cascade of events that leads to plaque buildup and heart attacks. And here's the kicker. The foods we've been told to fear, they don't even cause inflammation. That flips the script entirely, doesn't it? So instead of obsessing over what we think clogs arteries, we need to focus on what actually causes the damage in the first place. Otherwise, we risk falling into the same old trap, blaming the wrong foods while the true problem continues to grow unnoticed. Before we jump into the top 10 foods that can naturally support your arteries, let me make one thing clear. This isn't about miracle foods. This isn't a quick fix. And it's definitely not about treating a symptom while ignoring the root cause. This is about understanding your body on a deeper level, about removing the real triggers of inflammation before you ever think about adding healthy foods into the mix. Because no superfood can undo the damage if you're still feeding the fire. So now that we've cleared that up, let's start from the very beginning with the most important step of all: what to stop putting into your body. Ready? Before you even think about adding in healthy foods, you've got to face the hard truth. Nothing, absolutely nothing, can fix your body if you're still feeding it the very things that caused the damage. Think of your arteries like a road. If it's constantly being flooded with toxic sludge, would planting flowers on the side of the road make a difference? Of course not. You've got to turn off the toxic flow first. So what exactly is that sludge? What are the real culprits? Behind inflammation and oxidative stress, the two forces that quietly damage your blood vessels and set the stage for heart disease? Here's the short list. And it's more familiar than you might think. Sugar, especially the refined kind hiding in processed snacks, drinks, and so-called healthy cereals. Grains, yes, even the whole ones can spike your blood sugar and insulin when eaten excessively. Vegetable oils, like canola, soybean, and corn oil, which are highly processed and rich in omega-6 fats that tip the balance toward chronic inflammation. Processed foods, anything in a box, bag, or with more than 5 ingredients you can't pronounce, environmental toxins, from household cleaners to pesticides. They sneak in and disrupt your body's balance. Chronic stress, the invisible flame that keeps inflammation simmering under the surface 24/7. When these things pile up, they don't just clog arteries in a mechanical sense. They inflame, they irritate, they corrode from the inside out. And this damage invites the immune system to respond, leading to even more buildup and chaos. This is why no superfood, no supplement, no trendy smoothie can reverse the damage if you keep piling on the very things that cause it. So let's be crystal clear. The first and most powerful step to healing your arteries and your health is subtraction, not addition. Remove the sources of inflammation. Stop feeding the problem. Only then can your body truly begin to repair. Now that you've cleared out the trash, your body is finally ready for real nourishment, the kind that builds, protects, and heals from the inside out. Let's be honest. Food is more than just calories. It's raw material. It's the construction crew, the repair team, and the daily maintenance worker all rolled into one. But only if you give your body the right stuff. So what qualifies as good stuff? Think real food, whole food. The kind your great-grandparents would recognize, not a shiny package with 37 ingredients and a cartoon on the front. Here's where it gets interesting. Real food can come from both plants and animals, and they play different but equally vital roles. Animal-based foods give your body the genuine replacement parts it needs: complete proteins, essential fats, fat-soluble vitamins. They're structurally aligned with what your body is made of. That means things like clean meats, eggs, wild-caught fish, and butter from grass-fed cows. They're not inflammatory, despite everything you've heard. In fact, when sourced and prepared right, they're some of the most nutrient-dense, anti-inflammatory foods you can eat. No gimmicks, no hype, just the building blocks your body actually recognizes. Plant-based foods, on the other hand, offer a different kind of power. They bring fiber to feed your gut, polyphenols to cool inflammation, and phytonutrients that act like tiny chemical messengers of health. They don't necessarily build tissue the way animal foods do, but they protect what you've built and keep your inner ecosystem running smoothly. That's why balance is key. You want both, not either or. You want variety. You want color. You want food that's as close to its natural state as possible. And let's not forget about essential fats, the kind your body literally can't live without. Omega-3s, for example, play a critical role in regulating inflammation, supporting brain function, and even protecting your heart. You'll find them in foods like fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel, as well as in flax seeds, chia, and walnuts. But here's a quick heads up. While plant-based sources contain ALA, your body has to convert it into the usable forms EPA and DHA, and that conversion is inefficient, especially if your health is already compromised. That's why including direct sources of EPA and DHA, like fish or high-quality fish oil, is often a smarter move. Think of this step as filling your tank with premium fuel. Once the bad stuff is out, these real whole foods are what help your body do what it was designed to do: heal, restore, and thrive. Now that we've cleared the path and tapped into the healing power of nature, let's get practical. What exactly should you be eating to support your arteries, reduce inflammation, and give your body the best chance to thrive? Here are 10 of the most powerful foods, backed by science and rooted in nature, that can help you naturally support cardiovascular health. Fatty fish, think salmon, sardines, and mackerel, the kings of omega-3. These fish are loaded with EPA and DHA, the essential fats that reduce inflammation, protect blood vessels, and support brain and heart function. Bonus tip: choose wild-caught over farm-raised to avoid toxins, and get cleaner, richer nutrition. Grass-fed meat and dairy. When animals eat what they're meant to, grass, not grain, their meat and dairy become cleaner, richer in healthy fats, and less inflammatory. Grass-fed butter and pasture-raised. Eggs are full of stable saturated fats and fat-soluble vitamins. But remember, the quality of the animal's life determines the quality of your food. Nuts and seeds. Flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, small but mighty. These are rich in ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3. They're also packed with soluble fiber, which helps support gut health, stabilize blood sugar, and promote smoother digestion. Leafy greens. Romaine, kale, Swiss chard, arugula. These greens are low in carbs, high in fiber, and bursting with essential nutrients. They form the perfect base for any anti-inflammatory meal, supporting everything, from liver health to gut balance. If you're sensitive to oxalates, like in raw spinach, try lightly steaming your greens. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts. These vegetables contain glucosinolates, natural compounds shown to reduce inflammation and support liver detox, And when your liver functions well, your cholesterol, hormones, and metabolic processes do too. Remember, a healthy liver equals cleaner arteries. Polyphenol-rich foods. Polyphenols are antioxidant compounds that cool inflammation and protect cells. You'll find them in extra virgin olive oil, dark chocolate, cocoa, oregano, and cloves. But be cautious with sugary options like dates, raisins, or pomegranate juice. Even though they're rich in polyphenols, their sugar content can spike insulin and worsen metabolic health. Medicinal herbs and spices. Turmeric, resveratrol from grape skins and tree bark. Ginger and cinnamon are more than just flavor boosters. They're inflammation fighters. If you can find them fresh, even better. The more natural and whole the source, the more benefits you'll receive. Use them generously. Your arteries will thank you. 8. Fish oil supplements. Unless you're eating fatty fish daily, a high-quality fish oil supplement can help fill the gap. Look for products with a balanced ratio of EPA to DHA, or choose a higher DHA version if you're supporting brain health, stress response, or mental clarity. B vitamins, B6, B12, folate. These aren't just energy boosters, they're crucial for managing homocysteine, a byproduct that, when elevated, is strongly linked to heart disease. If you have the MTHFR gene variant, you may need methylated B vitamins to properly convert and use them. Best sources? Nutritional yeast, organ meats, and high-quality supplements. S. Systemic enzymes. Enzymes like nattokinase and lumbrokinase help break down fibrin, a protein that contributes to blood clots and arterial plaque. They can improve blood flow, reduce viscosity, and are even being explored for post-COVID clotting issues. Think of them as natural scavengers that clean up the bloodstream. Every food on this list plays a different role. Some build, some protect, and others clean up, but together, they create a powerful synergy that supports the heart, calms inflammation, and helps your arteries stay strong and resilient. Now that the inflammation-causing foods are out and the healing foods are in, it's time for the final layer, the finishing touch that can supercharge your progress. Targeted medicinal nutrition. This is where things get powerful. Because once your body is no longer fighting daily fires, you can finally benefit from compounds that work almost like natural medicine, not to replace healthy food, but to amplify its effects. Let's talk about herbs, spices, and nutrients that carry anti-inflammatory and vascular supporting properties. These aren't quick fixes, but they're remarkably effective when layered after you've laid the foundation. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, is a standout. It has been shown to reduce inflammation, support joint health, and even benefit heart function. When used consistently, it can calm the inner storms of the body, especially when paired with black pepper, which boosts absorption dramatically. Resveratrol, found in grape skins and certain berries, has powerful antioxidant effects that support healthy aging and heart health. While red wine is often touted as a source, the truth is, if you're struggling with metabolic issues or insulin resistance, the alcohol and sugar might do more harm than good. That's why it's best to get resveratrol from supplements or low-sugar foods. Tree bark extracts and other herbal compounds like quercetin, green tea extract, and even ginger offer broad benefits, lowering oxidative stress, improving blood flow, and protecting endothelial function, the inner lining of your blood vessels. And then there's fish oil, one of the few supplements I strongly recommend for nearly everyone. Unless you eat fatty fish daily, you're likely not getting enough. EPA and DHA, which are critical for reducing inflammation and supporting both cardiovascular and brain health. Most fish oils have a 3.2 ratio of EPA to DHA, but if you're struggling with stress, anxiety, or cognitive focus, you might benefit from a formula higher in DHA, the brain's favorite fat. Another game changer? B vitamins, especially B6, B12, and folate. These help clear out homocysteine, a substance linked to inflammation and cardiovascular disease. Many people have a genetic variant, MTHFR, that limits their ability to process these vitamins efficiently. The solution? Use methylated forms, which your body can absorb and use right away. Finally, we can't forget about enzymes, the quiet workers that break down unwanted proteins and clots in the bloodstream. Supplements like nattokinase and lumbrokinase can help reduce excessive fibrin, a key contributor to plaque and poor circulation. These enzymes don't just digest food, they clear the path inside your arteries. Some even use these during or after illnesses like COVID, where blood viscosity and microclots become an issue. Think of enzymes as the janitors of your bloodstream, quietly cleaning house when the system gets congested. So remember this: real healing doesn't happen through one magic food or miracle pill. It happens when you follow all 3 steps. In order: stop the bad, sugar, grains, seed oils, and stress. Add the good, real, whole, nourishing foods. Bring in the medicinal, nature's targeted compounds to enhance healing. When you follow this path, your body finally gets the chance to do what it was always designed to do, not just survive, but thrive. So, which of these foods or supplements surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Your health begins with knowledge. Let's keep learning, making better choices, and living more fully, one mindful bite at a time.